started with a street no one remembered until they stumbled upon it. Blackwood Street, a narrow vein in the city, crooked like a scar, where the lamps always burned too dim and the fog seemed to linger too long. I had never noticed it before, and yet, that night, my feet carried me there, as if the road had been waiting all along. The buildings leaned like broken teeth, the cobblestones sweated with mist, and at the very end of the lane, tucked in the shadow of a leaning archway, stood a shop. Its sign creaked in the breeze, letters half rotted away. J. Harrow, Shoemaker. The windows were dusted white with age, but faint light glowed behind them. The door, though swollen with damp, was slightly open. I don't know why I stepped inside. Maybe it was curiosity. Maybe it was something else. But I crossed the threshold, and the world outside no longer seemed to follow. The shop smelled of leather and candle wax. Rows of shoes lined the walls. Polished boots, worn slippers, cacked heels. Each pair seemed to watch me, their empty mouths gaping in silence. A single candle flickered on the counter, and behind it sat a man. His skin was pale as ash, stretched thin across sharp bones. His hands, long, blackened with dye and soot, worked a piece of leather with a silver awl. He didn't look up, but his voice rasped across the air. "You've come far, and I've been waiting." I froze. I hadn't spoken. I hadn't said a word. Still, he smiled. His teeth were gray. His lips cracked. "Shoes tell me everything," he whispered. "Where you've been, where you're going, sometimes even where you'll end." My eyes fell to the shoes around me, and for the first time, I noticed something strange. They weren't new. They weren't stock waiting to be sold. They were used, dirty, some torn, some blood-stained, and worse, each pair sat as though still filled by feet, unseen, shaped with the exact memory of their wearer. The shoemaker rose slowly, joints creaking like wood. He lifted a pair from the shelf, a woman's red heels, scuffed and broken at the toe. "She wore these the night she never came home," he said softly. His thumb brushed the leather. For just a moment, I swore I heard a faint cry escape the shoes, a muffled sound like someone screaming through cloth. I stumbled back. My hand brushed another pair, a child's muddy boots. The air quivered with a faint whimper. The truth bled through me like ice. These shoes weren't just shoes. They were prisons. Every sole, every stitch, held a life trapped within. I turned for the door, but it was gone. Where it had once been was only more shelves, more shoes stacked high in the shadows. The shoemaker's smile deepened. "No leaving once you've entered. The shop keeps who it needs." I ran down an aisle, leather brushing my arms, the sound of whispers rising from every shelf. Each pair trembled, murmuring, pleading, thousands of voices sewn into silence. Then a single pair caught my eyes, black boots, my side, waiting. And in the reflection of their polished surface, I didn't see my own face. I saw myself, pale and hollow, walking forever through endless fog. The shoemaker appeared behind me. His hand clamped my shoulder, cold as stone. "Try them," he said. His voice was no longer a whisper, but a command that filled my skull. I fought. I screamed, but my body betrayed me. My fingers unlaced the boots. My feet slid inside. The leather clenched, tightened, sank. Pain shot through me like nails hammered into bone. My skin fused with the lining. The shoes drank me in, every nerve, every breath, every piece of me stitching into the seams. And then, silence. I was standing still, yet moving, walking through endless streets, fog-drenched, alone. Every step echoed like a scream swallowed by stone. I realized the truth too late. I was gone. My body no longer mine. My soul sewn into leather. One more prisoner in the shoemaker's collection. They say the shop is gone now. No trace left at the end of Blackwood Street. Some say it burned down years ago. Others say it never existed at all. But listen closely. When the fog settles at night, when the streets are empty and the lamps flicker low, you might hear it, the faint scrape of shoes across stone, the shuffle of steps that don't belong to any living soul. And if you follow the sound, if you find yourself before an old door you've never noticed before, don't go inside, because the shoemaker is waiting, and once you try on his shoes, You will never walk alone again.